This is where you will generally find film cameras nowadays, an antique fair or a car boot sale. I still have my own film camera case, so I thought it might be interesting to compare my old camera equipment with my modern cameras. This is my old SLR camera case, complete with motor racing stickers from when I was a frequent visitor to Oulton Park racetrack. Over there in the bottom right hand corner is my Olympus OM10 SP. The SP stood for Spot Programming, which was quite an advanced bit of technology in those days. That's my winder and my motor wind, which I tended to use with my Olympus OM10, which is not actually in the case. I do have there, which is that little gadget I'm getting out now, is my manual adapter for the Olympus OM10. The OM10 was pretty much an automatic camera, but that was a little gadget where you could convert it and add your own manual settings. This is my Hanimex 200mm telephoto lens, which was quite handy. I also had a 3x converter, which made it into a 600mm lens, but it struggled for light in that configuration. I ended up using a lot of large apertures and slow shutter speeds. That's my 80 to 200mm zoom lens. I do prefer a zoom to a telephoto lens. You can frame the picture whichever way you want to with a zoom rather than a telephoto. There's a little packet of silica gel. You pick them up in various new items. It's always handy to throw in your camera bag because they suck up the moisture, which is good for when you're storing your cameras for a long time. Top right there is the flash, and those little filters were coloured lenses which went on the flash, so you could flash in different colours. Over here in the top left are my coking filters. Coking filters are these square filters. I think that was a pastel one. They just clip into a special holder that goes on the front of your lens. But of course these days I think people tend to use software to add filters rather than sticking something to the front of your lens. That's some cleaning fluid there. This was my fisheye adapter, which you screw onto your wide angle lens or your 50mm lens, and it gave you this perfect fisheye picture, which you could take some quite interesting shots with it. Again, I think you needed a lot of light for it. This is my cable release, which you'd use for maybe nighttime shots on long exposures. It just screws into the shutter release, and when you want to open the shutter, you just press the button. I'm not even sure if you can use those on modern cameras, or modern cameras are capable of doing long exposures. I really don't know. Anyway, that was my film camera case. Moving on to my present day camera case. And here it is. The camera there is a Nikon D100. It's one of my favourite cameras. I love that camera. It's actually a bit of an old-fashioned camera these days. It doesn't have a memory card. It has a flash card, which is quite a bigger card. Got a 24 to 120 zoom. I don't use it as much as I used to because I think I've got more interested in video cameras these days. That is my other zoom. It's a 28 to 80mm zoom. I don't use it that much. That's the charger. That's my spare battery. It's always handy to have a spare battery when you're using electronic equipment. Down there I've got some cleaning bits and pieces. As you can see though, not as much in that bag as in my film camera bag. Okay, final one now. This is my video camera case. This is a still shot, but as you move on to the video shot, you can see I've just updated the configuration there in that center box. That's to accommodate this gadget, which is a camera stabilizer, like a little Steadicam. And what it does, you put this camera on the top, and there's a little weight on the bottom, so if you're walking about or even running, the idea is that the weight absorbs the movement, so you get a very smooth pan. Right, these are my action cameras. That's my GoPro Hero, which is pretty good camera, but it actually let me down in France last year, which was a bit disappointing. That's my other action cam that goes in this underwater housing, so you can shoot underwater, or in if you got it attached to your bicycle out in bad weather and so on. This is the other one that's actually inside the housing, so you can see what it looks like. And you can attach it with various gadgets. I've got various clamps and screws, and that's a little strap where you can strap it to something. This gadget here is a little clip where you can clip it to your crash helmet or your hard hat if you're cycling. This gadget here is a suction cup, and you can stick it onto the window of your car or any glass surface and screw the camera on top. There's a charger in there, there's another charger, and in that little box there is my little Panasonic handheld video camera. You can see it in the still shot there. That's a really nice camera, very handy indeed. And then we're just going to fade back to the film cameras just for a quick comparison. So that was cameras then and cameras now. I just wonder what you've got in your camera bag. Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve Higgins, and I'll catch you next time at stevehigginslive.com.